Hey guys, welcome to Mr. Smith's Kitchen. Brian, Mr. Smith, kitchen, as always. And thought we'd cook some dinner tonight. Now you may notice we didn't cook any dinner last week. We didn't even do a dessert last week. And for that I apologize because I didn't know for sure if I was going to be able to do a video or not. I probably should have said something earlier, but I didn't. But we got a last minute cookie order that we had to take care of, helping out a friend, and it took up a good majority of our weekend. But that's okay. I got one this week too, but we knew about it well in advance, and so we had a pretty good plan set up for this week, so I'm able to cook dinner. Dessert, I'm still not sure on, but definitely dinner. So anyhow, that being said, tonight we're gonna do lasagna roll-ups. And I found this recipe on the internet. Very cool. And it's simple, it's easy. It does have a few, it's simple to make, but it does have a few moving parts to it. But I think we'll have a lot of fun with it, and it makes enough that it makes 20 roll-ups. And I think they're gonna be good sized roll-ups. You can freeze half of it. You can make, for you, just a couple of you and a friend, you and whoever. You can make half of it that night and take the other half of it and put it in the freezer, already done up. And that's kind of cool because you just put it in the oven from a frozen state. That's awesome. So anyhow, new to the channel, welcome. If this is your first video, hope you get something out of this. Check out some of my other videos. I got a huge library to choose from now. If you're returning, thank you. If you're a new subscriber, thank you, and that's awesome all the way around. The fact that you guys are willing to hang out with me is pretty amazing. I try never to take that for granted. I don't ever take that for granted. I don't have to try to do it. So don't forget to hit subscribe, like, share it. That helps us get us out in the algorithm, helps grow the neighborhood, as always. So that being said, let's get down to the stovetop here and we'll start cooking dinner. All right, hold on for me 1 second. All right, we're here at the stovetop. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna turn this oven on. Actually, we're gonna wait. It doesn't tell you in the recipe when exactly to turn the oven on, but we're gonna bake it on 375, but we're gonna wait. But we do need, you want a good sized pot, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna put some onions in here, we're gonna put some garlic in here, some hamburgers, some sausage, and then we're gonna just add to that. So if you have a small sauce pot, or big sauce pot, or a small Dutch oven, perfect. So the first thing we wanna do in our Dutch oven is we're going to throw 3 tablespoons of oil in there. And we're going to get that hopping. Once that's hopping, dancing, rippling across the bottom and just smoking a little bit, we're going to add some onions and garlic. But let's get that heated up first. Give me just 1 second. Okay, so our oil is shimmering across the top. I got it smoking a little, so I'm going to go ahead and add my onions. And that's just onion. It's 1 medium onion, and I got it diced up. So, well, more chopped than diced, large diced. And we're going to put that in there. You cut it up to whatever size you like. And then I've got, if you have 3 good sized cloves of garlic, 3 good sized cloves of garlic. If you don't, 4. But you want about the equivalent of 3 good sized cloves of garlic. And we're just going to let these cook for just a minute. Get a little head start. You'll be able to start smelling everything. Okay, so been about a minute. That garlic is just smacking me in the face. I love it. And to that, I'm going to add 1 pound of hamburger, 1 pound of sausage. Italian sausage, it's mild sausage. And then we're just going to let this all cook together and get to know each other until our hamburger and our sausage are brown. Now, you're going to get, if you get any grease in there, from the hamburger or the sausage or whatever, you want to drain that off. So when we come back, this will all be brown, and we'll be able to move on to the next step. Okay, so we got our hamburger and our sausage brown. Onions are nice and soft. We got that olive oil flavor infused in all of it, along with the garlic. It smells amazing. I know Chris is like, I am starving and that smells amazing. I'm like, yeah, I get it. All right, so we got that done. All we have to add to it now is, I've drained the fat and everything, is add 28 ounces, 1 big can of diced tomatoes, I'd use my own diced tomatoes, but I love my own diced tomatoes. So we'll add that in there, which is okay. I mean, we keep down in the grocery store, we still have, you know, a ton of regular groceries we keep, just in case, you never know. But anyhow, I got my diced tomatoes in there. Now we're gonna add 8 ounces of tomato paste. So this is a 15-ounce jar, so we only need about the better half of it, but not a whole lot, you know, about there. And you know, you can add as much or as little as you want. What this does, it helps bring out that, you know, the flavor of everything, just everything. And get that off of there. Shoop, shoop, shoop. We're gonna add 1 teaspoon of pepper, just plain old black pepper. You can use fresh ground. We don't. I buy large granule pepper. We're gonna add 1 teaspoon of salt. You know, and you can adjust your salt to need. Got that, and then we are going to add 3 tablespoons of fresh chopped parsley. I think it's 3 to this side, isn't it?
What? There's no egg. It's all long. There's nothing else.
Yeah, 3 tablespoons. So I got 4 tablespoons total because we're gonna make a filling after we get this going, and then we'll put it all together. I've got 4 tablespoons total of fresh chopped basil, and we'll minced basil. And I'm gonna put that in here. And here, cool story about this basil. It came out from a bed that's like 30 feet behind you. Completely fresh to us, which is awesome. All right, and we're just gonna give this a good stir around. Once we get it stirred around and combined, we're gonna let this simmer for about 30 minutes, I think it is. Yeah, let us reduce the heat and simmer for 30 minutes. But while that's going on, we're gonna make the filling. So let me get this simmering and simmered for 30 minutes. Let me get this cleaned up, and when I come back, we'll make the filling. All right, I'll see you here in 1 second. Okay, that took about forever, but we got about 5 more minutes or so, 10 more minutes on our sauce with it simmering, and man, I'll tell you what, it smells good. It looks incredible. And in a bowl, silver bowl, the only other thing you'll need a bowl, a pot, and a 9x13 dish. But we're gonna make the filling for this. So in this bowl, I have 30 ounces, 2 small containers, 2 15-ounce containers of ricotta cheese. And we gotta combine the ricotta. Let me bring the recipe to us. We're gonna put the ricotta into this. We're going to add 2 eggs. I've got 2 large eggs. I'll put those in there. And we are going to add 3/4 cup of grated Parmesan, or Parmesan, how you know, however you like your Parmesan, or keep your Parmesan. This is grated. And we're gonna put about 3/4 cup in here. And I want to go ahead and give this a good stir real quick. You know, if it's anything like cooking in this aspect, it's like baking is like cooking, or cooking is like baking. You don't want to dump, I mean, you can dump all your ingredients in at the same time and then mix it up. But I find it gets a little better mixed up if you do it ideally between every ingredient, but at least every other ingredient, you know, is always good. All right, get that in there. And then we will need to put in some salt and some pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of each. Give that a quick stir in. And we will need some parsley, some basil. Yeah, so we're gonna take that last tablespoon of the fresh chopped parsley and the fresh chopped basil, and we're gonna put it in here. That way we got some color to it too. I'm telling you, it's gonna be really good. I can tell already. And we've never made this before. If you are new to my channel, everything we do, we I try to do for the very first time together. So that way, we can see if the recipe works, if it doesn't work, if we can do something to it, change it, if we did something wrong, I mean, it's kind of fun. Gives us a chance to talk, get to visit for a while, at least once a week. But anyhow, all right, so we got that mixed up. I'm gonna give that about 5 more minutes simmering, and then when we come back, we'll assemble it. Okay, so we're done simmering. It's been setting for a second. Got everything kind of organized here. So now we're down to the 9x13. So the first thing we want to do to this 9x13 is go ahead and take some of this meat mix and put it in the bottom. I want you to see this. This is quite the crazy good looking. Look at that. I mean, that just, I don't know if it, the lighting's horrible. I apologize for that. But that looks just incredible. But we're going to put some of that on the bottom and just kind of layer it thin. Something to hold the little lasagna roll-ups. Okay, so we got our bottom covered, so we'll go ahead and set this over here to the side. And now all we got to do is take our filling and we're going to put it on our noodles. So what I did was I parboiled about 20 noodles. Well, it started out as 20, but I think I lost one. And just so they're flexible, right? Just like we were making lasagna. It took 10 minutes. And we're going to take our filling and we're going to put it on here, just like this. And then we're going to spread it out a little, just like such. And you don't have, I mean, you can heap it on there, I guess. But I would kind of see how it goes the first go, right? Kind of keep it moderate. It just is to put it on the noodle. Doesn't give a thickness, so to speak. So we got it on the noodle. That might be too much, might be too little, we'll find out. And then we just simply roll it up. Just like this. I would say leave it about a ½ inch from the end of it, and that way it'll smear onto there. And then we're going to take it and we're going to put it in here in our 9x13 going left to right. If you're looking at the 9x13 left to right, you should get 4 across if I remember right. I think this recipe makes 20. I'm almost positive of that. But I'll show it to you one more time. It's really easy. Take a noodle. See, there's the one that lost the battle. And we're going to put our ricotta filling on there. Just like that. And then we will wrap it up. If you don't squeeze, it won't push out, so to speak. And then we'll put it in the pan right in front of that one. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of this pan up. I've got, like I said, about, I think 20, 18, 19, 19 to 20 noodles on here. And I'll get this wrapped up. When I come back, we'll talk about what to do next. All right, be right back. Okay, so we got them all rolled, and I had 19 lasagna rolls. Like I said, I knew I lost one, so I figured I only had 19. And one of those was bad, so I ended up with 18 in here. And it says it makes 20, and I suppose if you rolled them tight enough, you could probably get a 5th row in there, but why? I made mine thick. I like them that way with the ricotta cheese. Well, I like them that way. I've never even had them before, but I like that layer in lasagna at any rate. So now all we have left to do is go ahead and take the rest of this sauce and put it on here real quick. Just like such. We'll get that slopped on there. And the next part's going to be my favorite part. I mean, this all is kind of my favorite at the moment. I don't know what it's going to do, but I know how it smells, and that is the important thing. It looks good, it smells good, so like I always said, we're 2/3 of the way there. So we need to spread this out, just like such. Make sure we get a good even coat on there, which you should. There's a lot to this. Yeah, and like at this point, I mean, if you had 20 shells, which you could easily do, if you roll them a little tighter, you could take half of it 10 of them. And at this point, you want to stick it in a foil, something that's freezer safe, and put it in the freezer. Hold it for, down the road through the week when you need a quick meal. Or maybe it's just you and one other person and you don't need 20 by any means. So you freeze them into whatever amounts you two could eat, and that way you got a meal that'd be good for at least a month, I would think, in the freezer. So we got that on there, and the next part, which is gonna be awesome, even though, sorry, I'm all up in your face, is I've got 1 pound of freshly grated mozzarella. And I did grate this. I was talking to one of the people here in our neighborhood, and she was telling me about how she had something that grated the cheese for her, and for the life of me, even though I can see it in my head, I cannot remember what the name of it is. But I just have not gotten around to getting one yet. We've been so busy with everything going on. But what I did remember was I have a handheld version of that. It's a salad shooter. I have a handheld version of that I can use that makes doing this just so much easier. And I would have never thought about it if it wouldn't have been for our conversation. So we want to get this, pretty much this entire pound of cheese on here. And then we just need to put on a half a cup of Parmesan. Yeah, I mean, that's just serious overload. I mean, this is how the recipe reads. So we have got a pound of shredded mozzarella, and that's going to be amazingly good. I forgot to mention, back when we started rolling those up, set your oven to 375 degrees. That way I can start warming up. We're there now. Now I'm going to take another 3/4 cup or so of Parmesan. As much cheese as you want. Put that on top of that. This is where you can just get crazy with it, really. All right, we got that now. All we got left to do is put this in the oven. Here is our finished product. Our finished product as far as what it looks like before it goes in the oven. So now all we have to do is put it in our 375 degree oven for about 20 minutes. We're just looking to get this cheese nice and golden in color, and get a nice little brown and golden and bubbly. That's it. Everything else is cooked. We want the noodles to finish softening up a little bit. That's it. So let me get this in the oven when I come back in 20 minutes-ish, because we're gonna let it cool. But when I come back, hopefully we'll try it. All right, see you in a second.
Bye.
Okay, we have gotten it out of the oven after 30 minutes, and it's lightly golden brown. It probably could have stayed in there. I guess it depends on what you want. All right, 20 minutes. Sorry, not 30. But I mean, it's got a nice little golden hue to it. It looks good. It came out of the oven like ready to eat your face off. It was so hot. But we let it cool for about 10 minutes. And we should be good to go. The mozzarella should still be nice and gooey. So we should be good there. And I'm just gonna hopefully just give you a couple, but I honestly don't remember what direction I had these. So we'll find out. I was afraid that was gonna happen. That's all right. And before you even ask, yes, my counter is clean. So while this was baking, I did up all my dishes, wiped down my counters, so I could re-wipe them down again, because I'm sloppy. That, and if you watch my channel for any amount of time at all, you know I'm horrible at first pieces. But if I wouldn't have tore it up, it would have been a better shot. That's all right. That's all right. I still think it looks just tasty all the same, right? So, all we got left to do, give it a try, right? So it looked good coming out of the oven. It smelled good as we were putting it together. I mean, I know you were here, right? So you know. Now all we gotta do is just taste it and see how it came out on the fly end, right? Let me get a little bit of the ricotta and meat here. Maybe that cheese is so thick. It's ridiculous. And some of the noodle. Oh, there's some right in there. I know I'm taking forever, but I think it'll be well worth the money. It's definitely a fall apart meal. That's pretty solid. I think. No. Yeah, maybe like a quarter teaspoon to a half teaspoon of Italian seasoning. Because I can taste the fresh basil. You know, parsley you can kind of taste. I've never really been able to truly taste it, but you know, I know it has a flavor all the same. They're there, and it's got lots of flavor for just salt and pepper. But all in all, this is a solid dish. We have one more quick bite, and then we'll wrap this show up. Not a 30-minute meal, but close. If you make start your water for your noodles, do your noodles while you're making your meat, set those out to cool on the foil, and then do up your ricotta, let the meat cool down a little bit, and put it all together. Yeah, I mean, probably 20 minutes getting it in the oven, another 20 minutes in the oven, so you're about a 40-45 minute meal at any rate. Not a half bad meal. Definitely for something this filling to feed a lot of people and get you where you need to go, this would be good for a weeknight if you got a large family or small family. Break it up, freeze it. It's versatile. So give this a try. Let me know if you do. Leave me a comment down below. Hit us up on Facebook. Either way, and let me know what you think. I like it. I think I could do this again. I just want to add some Italian seasoning to it. That's all. You know. And yeah, so tomorrow I have no idea what we're gonna bake or if we're gonna bake anything, but I'm gonna try. We got cupcakes, cookies going out tomorrow, and we'll be working diligently on that, you know, all day tomorrow, and having them all ready for we'll finishing up tomorrow, and getting them ready to go to our friend's house on Friday. So anyhow, hopefully I'll see you tomorrow and we'll bake something cool. If not, I'll see you next week. So until then, I love you. I love you very much. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Tell somebody else you love them and you love them very much. It's going to make them feel better. It's going to make you feel better knowing you told them, right? And if you make them some of these, sit down. Not only are they going to have a good meal, but there's good conversation involved. All right, so hopefully tomorrow, I love you. I'll see you then. All right, bye.